Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. Thank you for tuning in, for joining me. I hope that you have subscribed. If you haven't, please do so. I'm hoping to grow and grow and grow, and to just help spread the love that yoga has shown me. I hope you feel it, you guys. If you're just starting out your yoga journey, thank you for joining me, and I hope you stick with me throughout. So yeah, spreading the love, you guys. Yoga has changed my life. In so many ways, it is very, very hard to explain. Was an athlete growing up, I was injured at a young age, and yoga is what brought me back to be able to participate and live virtually pain-free. I can do so many things because of yoga. And I really want to just share that with the rest of the world. So thank you for being a part of that and for letting me be a part of your world. So today we are going to focus on what I am going to call yoga for runners, but really it's for anybody who has a tendency to just be really tight, basically from the top of your pelvis down. That includes your lower back. So typically speaking, if you are tight in your hamstrings, your psoas, your hips, your lower back is going to be tight too. So this is to get all of those things. So yes, yoga for runners, but honestly, it's for anybody. So I'm starting this new series of yoga for athletes, and this is just part of it. But you're an athlete, you're a yogi, so join me for as much of it as you can. It's just kind of a fun, different variation. So we're going to start in a seated position, one that feels okay to you. If cross-legged is okay, perfect. If you're not super comfortable in cross-legged position, that's okay. Come to cross-legged position. Your hips need it, okay? So find that place where your body's not screaming at you and you feel fairly comfortable. And we're going to sit up nice and tall with a big shoulder roll. We're going to roll those shoulders up and back. And we're just going to do that one more time. Letting go of tension, just kind of checking in, seeing how you're feeling. Keeping the length in the spine, let's close our eyes and slowly walk the hands forward. Now you'll notice as you walk the hands forward, you might start to feel some resistance in your hip or your hips or your lower back. If you need to stop for a moment and support with the hands, give yourself a second. And then as your body feels ready, go ahead and continue down. Otherwise, stay where you are, and you're going to find that place where you can kind of release the weight of the upper body and let gravity start to do the work for you. Now, it takes time, right? So you're like, I don't feel my body relaxing and letting me surrender. It will. Right now, it is in protective mode, and it's testing you to see how far you're going to push it. We're not going to push it. We are going to let it happen as it's ready. Now, letting the head be heavy. So that's that extra 8 pounds of weight, right? Human head weighs about 8 pounds or thereabouts. Sometimes I wonder about mine. I'm not sure. Let your head be heavy. So what do you feel? Oh, this nice stretch in the hips, that nice release for that lower back. That's what I'm hoping for, and you will get there. We're going to lift just slightly, and we're going to walk our hands out to the right. And we're going to reach to the left fingertips as you press your left hip towards the mat. So we have this tendency as we reach out to let that left hip lift. We want to press it down and glue your bottom to the mat as you reach out through those left fingertips. Head is heavy. And now there's this really nice long stretch all the way down the left side of your body. We're going to inhale and lift just slightly. We're going to walk our hands back to center. Reaching the fingertips out, relaxing the weight of your head. Notice when you come back here, does it feel any different? Typically it does for me right away. I hope it does for you too. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk your hands out to the left. Now reach to your right fingertips without letting that right hip pull off the mat. Feel your bottom against the earth and reach to those right fingertips. Slow, steady breaths. Inhale, lift just slightly. Walk your hands back through the center. Fingertips reach out once again as far as you can. Now notice as you reach to the fingertips,
Has your bottom lifted off the mat? Has your tailbone lifted? We want to press it back down and get those sit bones, connect them to the mat. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest. So now, not only are we getting through the hips and the lower back, we're getting this nice stretch for the neck, all the way down the spine, and perhaps through the shoulders. Inhale, circle your hands back by your hips. Big circle of those arms overhead. Reach it up nice and tall. And exhale, release your hands down by your sides. We're going to come forward up towards the top of your mat. Coming to a tabletop position. Hands shoulder width apart. Knees are hip width. Core is nice and strong. We're going to tuck our toes. And we're going to lift our knees just an inch off the mat. So here, ooh, nice stretch for the arches of the feet. Really nice stretch for the calves. Do you notice you're firing up those quadriceps and those core muscles are strong? We're going to lift out of our shoulders and lengthen through the crown of the head. So not only is this a stretch, but it is also a strengthening pose. As you exhale, extend your legs. Shift your weight back towards your heels. Allow the heels to sink. Let your head be heavy. If you need to, shake your head yes or no. Let go of that resistance in the neck. And just notice that long stretch down the backs of the legs. Now we're going to keep those heels glued to the mat and we're going to bend the knees. Just as much as they're willing to bend. We're going to lift those sit bones to the sky and press through the palms of the hands. Do you feel that deeper stretch? Through your Achilles, through those calves. Now extend the legs. Breathe. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, bend the knees, but keep those heels as close to the mat as you can keep them. Don't let them pop up anymore. Knees right over, right in line with those toes. And exhale, press it back out, extend the legs. Take the gaze between your hands and walk your feet in to forward fold. So our forward fold, if you have a block or if you have something out where you can't quite reach the floor, but you so badly want to touch something, if it's not the floor, put that out in front of you. And then let your body weight be heavy and let yourself sink. Let your head just gently relax. A little tuck of your chin towards your chest. You should feel this great stretch all the way down the backs of the legs. There's this wonderful free feeling of the arms and the head and the neck as we shake the head yes or no. Big deep breaths. We bring the hands to the elbows and hold on. Let's sway side to side. Just letting go tension, tightness, and just let that body move. We come back to center, relaxing the weight of the arms. Bend your knees as much as you need to. We're going to support with the hands, and we're going to cross that right foot behind the left. And we're going to bring those legs just as tightly together as we can. And let the head be heavy. So we're going to get a little work into those IT bands. We inhale, lifting just slightly, and let's walk our hands to the left. As far as you can walk your hands and draw your nose towards your knee. So just checking in. What do you feel? Should feel fairly intense, but not beyond an 8. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk your hands now to the right. As far as you can walk your hands to the right and draw your nose towards your knee. So noticing how the weight distributes differently as we move the hands from one side to the other. We're doing our best to keep both soles of the feet planted into the earth. Now that may or may not happen all the way, but just be mindful. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk your hands back through to center. Core is strong. Squeeze your inner thighs. Let the arms be heavy, head heavy, and we're just going to slowly begin to roll ourselves up. So variation of Ragdoll. A little more challenging for the balance as those feet are crossed. A big shoulder roll at the top. Shoulders slide down and away. We inhale and reach to the sky. And as you exhale, left hand comes down, right arm reaches high, and we lean in and reach. Take your gaze to the sky. Now there's this beautiful stretch all the way down the right side of your body. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, left arm reaches high, right arm reaches low. We squeeze those inner thighs and we lengthen into that lateral flexion.
Beautiful long stretch down that left side. Inhale, both arms come up. Pull the hands through to heart center and slowly begin to hinge yourself forward. Releasing the hands. Releasing that right foot. Now crossing the left foot behind. Bringing those ankles just as tightly together as you can. Relax the weight of the upper body down. Nice big deep breaths, and just notice the difference as you shift that left foot behind. We inhale, lifting just slightly, and let's walk our hands to the right. Far as you can walk your hands, and draw your nose towards that right knee. Different on this side, similar, same. Now reminding ourselves that our bodies are not the same on each side. They are not mirror images of each other. So if you feel it differently, guys, totally normal. Inhale, lift just slightly and walk your hands back through center. We're going to glue the soles of the feet to the mat as we now walk those hands to the left. As far as you can walk those hands, and then draw your nose towards that left knee. And inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through to center. Those arms are heavy, head is heavy. And here we go, rolling it up. Squeeze those inner thighs. Noticing all the different muscles that come into play. With those legs crossed, big shoulder roll up and back. Shoulders slide down and away. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, left hand down, right arm high, lean in and reach. Long stretch all the way down that right side. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, lengthen and reach. Breathe. Inhale, both arms come up. Hands pass right through heart center. We come to forward fold. Releasing the hands. Stepping that left foot straight back, right foot straight back to down dog. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width. Head heavy, face soft. We inhale it to high plank. And exhale it back to down dog. Beautiful stretch down the backs of the legs, allowing those heels to sink. We inhale it to high plank. Exhaling it to down dog, shifting your weight to your left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right knee through, foot to the inside, we come to pigeon pose. Now if you are taking special care of your knees today, you can come over onto that right hip and draw that back leg in, sitting up nice and tall in that letter Z. If pigeon pose is feeling great, guys, those knees are happy and healthy, we're going to do our best not to list over onto that right hip, but rather stay up nice and tall. If for some reason your lower back doesn't love this, bring your hands forward a little bit or come all the way out. Now we're going to add a quadricep stretch in here, only if it's right. Otherwise, just focus on your pigeon. Give some love into that right hip. Find your breath. Extending left arm out. Circle it around. We're going to draw that back foot in and see if we can't take a hold of it. Along the inside or the arch of your foot if you are able to, and you're going to get this really nice chest stretch and a stretch through the front of your shoulder. Now begin to pull your heel in towards your bottom. A little or a lot. The more you pull that heel in, the deeper the stretch. If you like, pull that foot into the crook of the elbow. Spin your fingertips towards the sky. Breathe. If you like, extend that right arm out. Lift it high. If you are able to, reach back and lock those fingertips, taking your gaze towards the sky. Breathe. And gently release. Slowly releasing that foot. Walking the hands forward to sleeping pigeon. Releasing the weight of the head. Arms can be fully extended or those hands can be stacked. I want you to take a big breath in and squeeze every muscle in that lower body. And then exhale, release it down.
Sleeping pigeon, a wonderful opportunity to give so much love into that right hip, into the left hip flexors, and for the lower back. Now you can choose to stay here for as long as you need to. And then just join us again when you're ready. As you're ready, walk your hands up. One hand on either side of your knee. You're going to tuck your back toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Point and flex your foot. Roll your ankle. Give that leg a little shake. And gently release it down to down dog. Holding your down dog, or inhale it to high plank. Exhale it to down dog. 2 more times, just like that. Inhaling to plank. Exhaling to down dog. 1 more time, or just hold your down dog. Feel free to grab a drink of water. And exhale to down dog. Shifting your weight now to your right foot. Left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left knee through. Foot to the inside, we come to pigeon pose. So again, if you are taking special care of your knees, you're going to come over onto your hip and you're going to draw that back leg in. And we're going to sit up nice and tall so you feel this nice stretch in that right hip, maybe the left hip. The spine is tall. And just breathe. Feels great to have that back leg long. We're up nice and tall. If your lower back needs some love, guys, give it the love. Keep the core strong and that neck long. If it feels good to stay up, that's just body weight to sink into our pigeon pose. Adding that quadricep stretch for that right leg if you like. Left hand to the outside of your knee. Right arm extends out. Circle it around. Draw your back foot in. Can you find it? Take a hold of it if you can find it. Breathe along the inside or the arch of your foot if you're able. And slowly begin to pull that heel in towards your bottom. Now noticing as you take a hold, even if you're back here, as you take a hold of the inside of your foot, there's this beautiful stretch through the front of your shoulder. As you pull the heel in, oh my gosh, now we are deepening that stretch through the hip flexor, through the quadricep. If it feels right to you, pull that foot into the crook of the elbow. Spin your fingertips towards the sky. If you like, extend that left arm out. Lift it high, reach back. Can you find your fingertips? Lock them if you can find them. Breathe. Find your breath. Gently releasing the hand, slowly releasing that foot, circling that right arm up and over. Let's walk those hands out. And either fully extending those arms or stacking the hands, just relax the weight of the upper body down. Take a big breath in and squeeze every muscle in that lower body. And then exhale, let yourself sink. Breathe. Now again, taking the time you need. As you're ready, walk your hands up. One hand on either side of your knee. Tuck your back toes, lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend left leg to the sky. Point and flex your foot. Roll the ankle. Give that leg a little shake. And gently release it down to down dog. We inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down, elbows right by your ribs. Press it through, up dog. Knees to the mat. Walk your hands back to tabletop. Breathe. Keeping that core strong. Let's tuck our toes and walk our hands back towards our knees. So now as we start to walk back with those toes tucked under, we start to get a really nice stretch through the arches of the feet and the toes. If it feels right to you, walk those hands up your thighs and sit it back onto those heels. Chest is tall. If that is too much, guys, just bring some of your weight forward. Okay, don't push quite so much into those heels and into those toes. Breathe. Find your breath. If it feels right to you, bring your hands back behind. Turn your fingertips out behind you so they're facing away from you.
Now press through the pads of your fingers as you lift through the chest, through the belly. Beautiful stretch through the front of the legs, through the quadricep. Beautiful stretch through the shoulders. A little bit of a back bend. Release your bottom. Core strong. We rise, bringing the hands back to the thighs. And then walking those hands back out. Oh, release your toes, wiggle them. That feels good. So if you guys get toe cramps, feet cramps, this is a great stretch for you so long as you don't have one. If you have them, don't try and do that because it would be terrible. Go ahead and release the toes to the feet to the tops of the feet to the mat. Extend one arm out and then the other. Tuck your toes. Press and lift your hips to the sky. Up to down dog. Breathe. Slow and steady. Alternate bending knees. Walk it out. So really nice and slow and steady. I want you to feel that long stretch down the back of the straight leg, and I want you to feel that hip shift to influence that stretch. So let your body kind of sink in as much as it's ready to do. Finding that breath. As you exhale, let both heels sink. We're going to take the gaze between our hands and we're going to pull that right foot about halfway in. Sole of the foot to the floor, and we're going to turn so now our toes are pointing straight ahead and we come over almost to a side plank position. Wow, you feel that stretch? Extending. Right arm to the sky. Breathe. Now you can adjust. If that foot comes closer to your right foot comes closer to the extended leg, foot, wow, that was really well said. If your leg slides down, taking the bend out, or intensifying. Intensifying, lining that foot up with the knee and the hip, best you can. But what we want is that really good stretch to the hip. As you exhale, slowly release that hand down. We turn on the balls of the feet and step it back. Now we're going to take that left foot, we're going to bring it halfway in. Halfway, 2/3 about. And we're going to turn on the balls of our feet. As we spin, the toes are going to turn straight ahead. Hips are high. Now you get a back view. Hand can come to the hip or extend. So again, if you want to lessen that intensity, the feet are going to be closer together. That was much better said. My English is terrible right now. Or pull that foot up by your hip. Breathe. Find your breath. Slow it down. As you exhale, releasing that left hand down, once again, we spin on the balls of the feet and step it back to plank. Release your knees, tops of the feet to the mat. Let's open up those knees nice and wide and press it back to extended child's pose. Find that breath. So child's pose, a beautiful release for the lower back. A wonderful stretch for your quadriceps and for your hips and glutes. So if you are not, like how people say, how do you relax in child's pose? Your body will get there. It takes time. We're going to walk the hands back up. And we're going to sweep the feet to one side. Sliding your feet around and down towards the top of your mat. Extending the legs out nice and long. Flex your feet. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, lengthen and hinge it forward. Tummy down, chest down, hands, and relax the weight of your head. Our forward fold. A fundamental stretch to lengthen those hamstrings, the calves, to release in that lower back. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Release your hands down by your sides. And let's come to the butterfly. Soles of the feet come together. We're going to pull the heels in nice and tight. We're going to take our hands and we're going to place the fingers right at the top of the feet. And we're going to take our thumb to the base of the feet. And we're going to slowly separate the soles of the feet, turning them towards the sky. Now the outside edge of your foot staying together as best you can. This is cobbler's pose. So the strength of the arms, the length of the spine, the openness of the hips, the extension out for those knees to roll open. And that wonderful stretch through the outsides of the ankles. Close your eyes. Relax your jaw and just breathe. One more good breath in and out. And slowly release the intensity with the hands. Just let the soles of the feet come together. Let your feet come out and away from you just a bit. Fold forward. Release the hands. Let them come to rest wherever you like. Let your head be heavy. Slow, deep breaths. And we lengthen through the crown of the head. Core strong. We rise all the way back up. Beautiful job. Extend right leg out. Left sole of the foot comes along the inner thigh. Inhale, reach to the sky. Flex that right foot. Rotate towards that right leg. Hinge it forward, reach it out. Release the hands. Relax the weight of the head. Let your head be heavy. Now there's this really nice stretch that happens down that left side through the lower back. Down the back of the leg. We inhale and lift just slightly, rotating towards center. Back of your shoulder along the inside of your thigh. Palm side up, we slide our hand underneath the leg, or we take a hold of the sole of the foot. Other arm comes up and over. Oh, amazing stretch all the way down that left side. Now your gaze can be up towards the sky, straight ahead, or you can look down towards your leg. Just find some place that feels good to you. And inhale, reach to the sky. Release your hand behind you. Extend right arm to the sky, and we're going to press and lift to the sky. Point your toes. Open the belly and let that right arm be heavy. Reach it back. Inhale it up and slowly release your bottom back down. Sit tall and let's switch sides. So now that left leg extends out. Sole of the foot along the inner thigh. We add a flex to that right or that left foot. Reach to the sky, turn towards that left leg. Hinge it forward, reach it out. Releasing the hands, relaxing the weight of the upper body down. Now we're really working to draw the center of the tummy and chest onto that left leg. And we're noticing, where do we feel the resistance? What part of our body is saying, nope, not ready for that just yet? And we're going to try and quiet it down, but if it won't, we're going to honor it and listen to it. We lift just slightly and we turn towards center. Back of the left shoulder along the inside of your leg. Palm side up, we slide the hand underneath the leg or take a hold of the sole of the foot. Right arm reaches up and over. Oh, goodness sakes, huge stretch for me all the way down that right side. I hope you're feeling it too. Feels pretty amazing. Inhale, reach to the sky, both arms come up. And we're going to release that right hand around behind us, palm to the floor. Lengthen and reach as you press and lift. Point those left toes. Now reach as high as you can. And then as you exhale, reach it back. Breathe. Inhale, reach and slowly release it back down. Release your hands. Let's bring those feet crisscross, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward, coming all the way over. Release your hands. Relax the weight of your head. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Release your hands down by your sides. We turn back towards the top of our mat, extending the legs out long. Slowly roll it back, one vertebra at a time, all the way down to corpse pose. We draw that left foot in towards the bottom, and then the right. We cross that right foot above the left knee, and we pull the knees in towards the chest, reaching that right hand through that little window. Interlace your fingers behind that left thigh. Use the strength of the arms to pull those knees in. Feels right to you, extend that left leg. Flex your foot. So we've done a lot of work on the lower half of our body. Hopefully feeling that wonderful release. Those great stretches. The length through the muscles. Bending that left knee. Releasing the hands. Placing that left foot to the mat. Crossing that right leg all the way over the left. Right arm extends out to a T. Left hand to the top of the right knee and just gently guide your knees to the left. As you turn your gaze out over that right arm. Close your eyes. Nice deep breaths. Relax your jaw. Let the rest of the world just melt away. Releasing the left hand, slowly roll it back to center. Placing that right foot to the mat. Left foot crosses just above the right knee. We pull the knees in nice and tight, reaching that left hand through the little window. Interlace your fingers behind the right thigh and pull those knees in. Draw your shoulder blades back down towards the mat. Upper body relaxed as we can, other than those arms. Feels right to you, extend that right leg, flex your foot. Breathe. Releasing that right knee, bending it. Releasing the hands, placing that right foot to the mat. Left leg crosses all the way over the right. Left arm extends out to a T. Right hand to the top of the left knee and gently guide your knees to the right. Oh, as we let those knees just gently fall to the right, take your gaze out over that left arm. So we are getting so much done with this stretch. This pose is amazing. Wonderful hip stretch. Nice IT band stretch. Amazing flexibility for the spine and for the shoulders. Releasing tension in the neck, the shoulders, the back, as well as helping digestion. Helping to release negative energy, so improving our mood. Gently releasing that right hand, slowly draw it back to center. Pulling your left knee in towards your chest, and then the right. Hands to the shins just below your knees. Rock side to side. We come back to center. Bringing the hands behind the thighs, rocking ourselves up. Once again, coming back to face front. A seated position, resting the hands comfortably wherever you wish. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. We allow our breath to flow effortlessly, finding peace, a gentle strength within the stillness of our being. We celebrate all that our body can do, all that our body allows us to do, the adventures, the movements, the activities, and the participation in life. And as we learn to care for our bodies, our minds, and our spirit, remaining healthy and strong, those adventures will only continue. Let your mind be quiet, let your body be still. Focus on the power of your breath and the energy and the life within each inhale and each exhale. Aware once again of our breath, the length and the depth of each inhale and each exhale. Aware of the weight of our body resting against the earth. The weight of our hands resting comfortably against our body. The flow of our breath, the rhythm of our heart, that sense of well-being. As we gently bring our practice to a close, offering you a few words today that you can either take with you or let float on by. These are from Travis Smiley. Loosen up. You are never too old, too professional, or too accomplished to laugh and be silly. Allow yourself to play. Let your inner child out and enjoy your life. Let's gently open the eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. And exhale, pull the hands to heart center. I hope your lower body is saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, as I am. Thank you for joining me today, for taking care of yourselves and doing your part to stay healthy and to keep those adventures alive. Be well. Take care of yourself. And until the next time, the light in me honors the light in each and every one of you, which means Namaste.